What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming from your mama's basement. Just want to do a little quick recap of the game last night against the Lakers and Clippers. I was going to do it last night, but I was tired. It was kind of fun game. It didn't go the way we as Laker fans planned it to go, but things happen. And one thing I want to say real quick, before we get into comparisons and all this other crazy stuff, I just want to talk about a couple things. Number one, the main attraction was Lonzo Ball. We all know that. Everybody wanted to come see Lonzo Ball. They wanted to come see, what the hype is, to see if he's going to come produce. I just want to make sure you guys understand this is only one game. So we're not going to just judge it off of one game. Yes, he had a bad game. Yes, he shot 2 for 15. Yes, he was like 1 for 11 behind the three-point arc. But a lot have to ride on the stipulation of, number one, that, the expectations. Everybody expecting so much out of this young fella. Now, let's keep in mind, Brandon Ingram had, when he first started off in the Summer League, he didn't play too good his first game. The games towards the end, he started picking it up. And same thing going into the season. He struggled for a bit, then towards the end, he started picking it up. Now, one thing I will say this, I made a video earlier about the 3 other players that the Lakers picked up besides Lonzo. And I stated that, these guys, will probably they probably be pretty good because Lonzo needs shooters. Simple as that. He's a pass-first type of point guard. I know a lot of you seen it. For those who are not going to be biased, you've seen that he broke players down and he got to the rim, but he chose to pass it up instead of going for layups, which I kind of teared up about that. I was hoping that he would just lay it up. I mean, one layup he tried, he actually, it didn't go, it didn't score, but a lot of times he broke down his players and, tried to lay it up and it didn't happen. Well, not lay it up, but, pass it to other players. And a lot, like the shot selection. That's one thing about Lou Walton's offense. He'll let you shoot the lights out, and you guys seen it this past season, where Jordan Clarkson, for instance, shot 11 shots. I think it was like 3 for 11. So did Russell. It's like open. It's like they give him the green light when it comes to the 3-pointer. Plus, you gotta think about it. First and foremost, this summer league, number one, these guys probably practice 4 games. So you got to think the number one. The number 2, the number 1, the number 3, and number 4, and number 5, they're going to play hard. You know why? Because the Lakers overlooked them. All right. Well, not the number 1, because you know who the number 1 was. The number 1 draft pick was. He was on fault. But a lot of these players wanted to go to LA. So yeah, they're going to probably have their first 2 games. They're going to probably look pretty decent because they want to prove to the Lakers that they made a bad choice in getting Lonzo Ball and overlooking him. So let's be real about that. I'm not going to go into detail about that because we do have a game tonight at the same time, same bat channel. So, hoping to see some of you guys on Twitter again so we can discuss it. But anyway, Lonzo Ball, to me, wasn't the big star of the game. We all know Brandon Ingram came through. Brandon Ingram looked it good till he wound up getting that little injury. I hope that is not serious. I need to do some update. I got to check and make sure that he's okay. But once Brandon Ingram went out the game, it was kind of like downhill from there. We didn't get no scoring really for nobody else. Ball barely moved. So I'm going to go down real quick. Brandon Ingram had a good game. Brandon Ingram, showed pores of being a good player. The guy, Travis Ware, he played forward. Played pretty good defense. Hit a couple big threes. But didn't really do too much for me. But like I said, I'm not going to really judge him off of just one game. Like a lot of fans do. They can probably start calling certain players bust. Not going to say the names, but, it is what it is. Now, Vaka Zubac, I want to say something about him. Now, he played 15 minutes. He just looked, I can say lost, but he just didn't look like himself out there. It's like he was still slow. Like, I'm going to just say it straight off the bat. I'm going to get to this other individual, but Vika didn't really look too good to me. And like I said, Lonzo Ball had a poor shooting game. Passing-wise, pretty good, because he's doing a lot of outlook passes, to players that were running down the court. And this is my biggest thing that I've been saying over and over again, and I'm going to keep saying it over. I know a lot of people said it before, hey, about the Brook Lopez trade and D'Angelo Russell trade. That's why I really wanted to see him and D'Angelo Russell together, and I said they could have waited to the All-Star break to trade Brook, because I really want to see how he would look with a pure shooter. And D'Angelo Russell is a pure shooter. Him and Nick Young is the best pure shooters on our team. Now, these guys they picked up, you got to keep in mind Hart, Kuzma, and Bryant. Now these guys are rookies. There's no guarantee they're going to jump right out the gate and give the Lakers what they're looking for. But it is a young season. Like I said, it's only the first game, so I'm not going to go off any tactics and say, oh well, they suck, blah blah blah, this and that. I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, the dude Vanderbilt, he came out, he's very aggressive. One thing I don't like about Vanderbilt is this. he doesn't pass the rock. I said on Twitter, the guy, when he gets the ball, he's going straight to the rim. He's not past the rock. He's not looking for any other players. The ball does not move when when he gets in blue hand. And I know that he's trying to really get out of the D League and really get on the team. I can see it. But sometimes you just got to play in the flow of the game. You know, and other teams, organizations will look at you more as an unselfish player if you start, you know, playing within the system. But, you know, that's neither here or there. Kyle Kuzma didn't really show me too much. Like I said, the first game, played pretty defense here and there, but didn't really do too much for me. Hart played pretty good defense. I like Hart. He played defense. I like to see him get in the game more. He only had to play like 13 minutes. Kuzma had like 27 minutes. Hart, to me, I don't know. Hart seemed like a pretty decent player. He was over 4 behind the three-point, you know, and that's one thing that all these guys were picked up for was their three-point shot and their unselfish play. I made a video about that these guys were shooting over 39-40% from that three-point arc. But keep in mind, this is the NBA, and the three-point arc, I think it's like 3 inches longer than the college level. So these guys got to get accustomed to the shooting the three-point ball, and that also goes with Lonzo Ball. He was shooting he was shooting it mad deep, and you know he wasn't hitting up, and he hit one, but that was about it. But you know when the ball was in his hand, he didn't finish. And that's the main reason why I'm looking at right now, like, what are we going to do? But, you know, like I said, it's only one game. Not going to get all crazy and bent out about it. But the person I really want to talk about, you know, now, you know, Nawaba, you know, y'all know what Nawaba is. Nawaba's a defensive specialist, so you're not going to find too much offense from that individual. But the person I really want to talk about, and like I told my man Dan, the Lakers fan, you know, when he was in Twitter, my man Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant, to me, is the sleeper. And that's only, I'm calling it right now. I know it's only one game. But the dude got so much energy, and one thing about him, just by watching the 17 minutes he played, the dude can get up and down the floor. He can run the floor. He plays good inside, and he got a nice touch. He shot 1 3. He was 1 for 1. But you notice, like towards the end, they didn't really bring him back in at all. So you know, I guess, like I said, that's why I say I don't really put too much in summer league, because they got to see how the players are going to contribute to the team and who's going to make the roster. So that's why you're not going to really see certain players, you know, as much. I think imagine them just basically like you know, scouting them to see, you know, who gonna make the team. But that dude Thomas Bryant, I'm gonna tell you like this: if Zubac don't look good this summer league, don't be prepared that Thomas Bryant might take his spot. The dude had 13 points. He was 4 for 5. Like I said, he was 1 for 1 behind the three-point arc. You know, like I said, he was 4 for 7 behind, you know, on the field. And the dude can get up. I mean, he had nice little, he had what, 5 boards, 1 block. To me, that was the sleeper. I mean, personally, we expect Brandon Ingram to take over, because he's the only, you know, besides Zoo, you know, and Nawaba, only really 3 guys that came back from, you know, our Lakers from last year. You know, keep in mind Nawaba just joined on this, you know, this season. But Thomas Bryant was the sleeper to me. The guy had a tremendous game, and I can't wait tonight to see how these guys play. But overall, I give the Lakers I'll give them I'll say a B minus. A B just for effort. You know, they came to play. They could have still won this game. Matter of fact, they was leading the whole game, you know, but they just didn't, you know, get to pull it out. You know, actually, the dude Bryce Johnson for the Clippers, he came on, and this guy, he played old-fashioned NBA style basketball, man. Back to the basket shooting. I mean, this guy was pretty decent to me, man. I mean, 10 for 15 from the field. He had no answer for him, and also the dude doing well. He was like, you know, 26 points, only 6 for 13. You know, he went to the free throw line, though. You know, he was getting to the paint, you know, drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. 14 for 18 at the free throw. But actually, Bryce Johnson's the guy who actually carried them Clippers, man. And that guy, my gosh, they put everybody on. They even put Ball on him, man. It wasn't no answer from him. He spent off Ball and dunked. Yeah, I mean, like I said in the day, you know, some people might say, well, Ball ain't had no defense. He played pretty good defense to a degree. Like, he had some games where the guys he had some plays where some of the players broke him down and got to the basket. Then he also has a play where he actually made some good stops. Poke his hand in, they got a couple, loose balls and stuff like that, knocking out guys' hands. So he played, but like I said, I think it's too much pressure on him right now, and at the point that everybody expected so much from him, based on the fact that, you know, I don't want to get into the point about his father, but, you know, but just the point of him, you know, the expectation is real high. So I hope the guy come out and play this game, man. I really hope he just take it and just, you know, take it with stride and just come out much stronger. But anyway, like I said, I'll see y'all guys tonight. If for those that's watching the game, if not, I'll drop a video probably tomorrow, you know, based on what I seen from that game. But you guys, take care, have a blessed one, be safe, and most of all, love you guys. And also get in the comment section, tell me what you think. Take care.